Okay, so I have no idea who this video is for other than me, but you clicked on it, so... If you're an Outlast person and you don't know what My Immortal is, it's an infamous Harry Potter fanfiction written by an alleged 13 to 14-year-old known only as Tara Gillespie, riddled with horrible misspellings and mischaracterizations. In my humble opinion, Tara was a troll, but there is a lot of debate when it comes to that. Regardless, the whole thing is an abomination from start to finish. There is a mile-long trigger list, which I will include a botched reading of here. Suicidal thoughts and tendencies, strong language, self-harm, gay slurs, objectifying of LGBTQ+ people, underage drinking and sex, graphic scenes, torture, murder, attempted suicide. If I missed anything, please tell me. Also, for the record, I had no idea that there was a new HP show coming out when I started plotting and planning this video, and I'm glad, because this fanfic is an affront to JK Rowling's work, and I hate her. So consider this my contribution and protest. That said, I was looking to make a video that included My Immortal for a while now, and this idea was the one that made me laugh the most, so I decided to give it a go. I thought it might be a challenge, and oh my god, it was. Between the fact that I don't play nearly anything with a keyboard and mouse, and the controls for this game were so difficult for me to learn that they made me have an actual, literal mental breakdown, and the fact that the game is almost all dark and my sense of direction is terrible, I spent 10 hours in the span of 5 days inside Mount Massive Asylum, taking breaks from it only to read the worst thing ever written and posted on the internet. Also, I like to say that after each death, or tallied deaths, more on that later, I did read a chapter of My Immortal, but the audio was so bad, I actually re-recorded everything, and then I had to do it again, so I read My Immortal 3 times this year. 4 times, actually, if you count my yearly read. So, subscribe? I have nothing to say for the voices I put on the characters, by the way. I don't answer for my actions. I am sorry. I'm also writing this intro at the near end of my editing phase of 3 months for this video, and I need to say that no. I didn't read My Immortal chapter for every single time I died, because sometimes I let deaths accumulate to a dangerous degree, and it'd be like 10 minutes straight of pure, unmitigated My Immortal, so it wasn't really a fun video. Also, I used the guide on a few separate occasions because I'm not one of those people who likes to be lost in games and have what is commonly called gamer honor, so I don't mind quote-unquote cheating. Overall though, I have to say this game was more chill than I expected it to be. I also have to say that it wouldn't be a Saturday Night Pumpkinhead video if I hadn't fought with the audio every bit of the way. In fact, I used to record my audio entirely inside my wardrobe, but I have bad legs because I fell downstairs. It's a whole thing. I can't bend them or crouch. Listen, it's not about that. It's about the fact that I just gave up feeling pain and recorded everything, including this intro, sitting on my bed without anything to muffle the echo or the motorcycles. But at least you can hear what I say. Yay! So, without further ado, here's Outlast, but almost every time I die, I read a chapter of the worst fanfiction ever written. I would like to say first and foremost that I am sorry for the lighting in these first and second days. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so immediately you can see me trying to learn how to work the controls, which was challenging, but I managed to move, so I thought it was okay. Emphasis on thought. Keep that in mind. I had a hard time remembering where I'm supposed to get into the place, even though I've seen people finish this before, and when I found it, it finally dawned on me that I am playing this game and I start laughing hysterically. That's normal. I jump up and I immediately press the wrong button, falling down. This is foreshadowing. This is the only reason why I'm including it. It's foreshadowing. Once in, I was immediately lost. This first part really is just me exploring a little bit, you know. I am really fond of my jump mechanics and I realize that I'm probably the reason why no one allows people to jump in games. I read some docs. I appreciate fine dining. Delicious. I forget the button to jump again, even though I was happily doing it before. Man, the least you can just get a soul. You're gonna get your shit wrecked, your fingers cut, like... I forget how to jump. And I go all the way to the library. My first real jump scare doesn't hit. I just approach the screen like I need to put some glasses on my glasses, but I do get some good footage of a headless guy and of this guy.
They killed us. You got out. And the variants. You can't fight them.
With his last breath, he tells me,
You have to get the fuck out of this.
I filmed the nothingness because I had no idea yet how precious batteries would be, even though that's like the first thing the game warns you of, and I go through the gap, having a very visceral reaction to Chris Walker. Well, he let me down. I mean... Thankfully, after being thrown 3 kilometers onto the floor, I find a priest.
And who are you?
Oh, Father. Oh, thanks. I need to talk to God, I feel like, at this point.
I see. Merciful God, you have sent me an apostle. Guard your life, son. You have a calling.
He seems nice. Thanks, man. I get up and I decided I was having a pretty good time, so instead of thinking, this is the beginning of the game, maybe it won't be a breeze all the way through, I started thinking that I might not even die. What if I never die? If I never die in this game, I'm gonna read my immortal at the end of this video in full, no cuts, nothing. I was still a bit scared here, so I proceeded to lock myself in the bathroom. After that, I tried to open every locked door, and then I laughed at the guy falling into the elevator shaft. As the old Brazilian saying goes, better him than me. After 20 minutes of roaming, which I mercifully cut off of the video, I finally looked up a guide to find out that all I had to do was crouch. Yep, I had to use a video this early in the game. Honestly, it's embarrassing and dire even for me, but at this point, it didn't occur to me that I could crouch to get into places, even though that's what I did to get inside. And I will forget it later as well. The wheelchair guy finally grabs me here, something I was waiting for ages, and I find the keycard. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Also, the game taught me how to look behind me, and it was so traumatizing that I totally forgot about this mechanic until the editing of this video. It would have been really useful to remember. In this scene, Miles tries to decide that a Pulitzer Prize is not worth much considering and attempts to unlock the main doors. He fails this basic skill check, and after this, I hide from Chris Walker in a locker. I wait for him to leave, scared out of my mind at this first encounter, but get away fairly easily, and on a stroke of luck, I find my way down. To face the absolute bane of my existence. Yes, this part here is the section where I not only died the most, but that also made me want to genuinely quit playing this game altogether. 1 hour in. The fact that I have a hard time even willing my controller to let me jump up should be enough to explain what happened, but it's not. It's because I have such a bad sense of direction that when I had to explain to people how to get to my house, I had to let my friends do it for me, because I genuinely had no idea. I proceeded to go through a horrible journey that I will also cut, where I inevitably end up killed for the first time. I genuinely thought this was gonna be easier, but now I had to read my immortal. So, for your hearing displeasure, here it is, My Immortal, Chapter 1. Author's note. Special thanks, get it, cause I'm gothic, to my GF. You, not in that way. Raven, Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. Hi, my name is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway, and I have long, ebony black hair, that's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like lippy tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Emily. Author's note. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was, because he's a major fucking hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. Hey! Ebony! Shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. After this, I was not yet dejected, but I am tired because it's 5 AM and I screamed a lot at Miles Upshur, mainly about the fact that the guy is his size and he could hit him with a lot of things around the place. Overall, my deaths were because 1. I have a hard time jumping anywhere, 2. I have a hard time realizing the 2 switches I have to press are literally one in front of the other, and 3. I have a hard time keeping my cool while I'm being chased, which makes me run into walls because the controls are floaty. To keep this a bit short, here's basically what happened. It was 7 minutes I roamed. Here's my immortal 2. Yes, that soon. Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, preps, stop flaming my story, okay? The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door to my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and I put my hair in kind of a messy bun. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah? So? I said blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the slithering common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't! I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. I start day 2 strong. I forgot Miles has no will to live, actually. Proceeding to be confused by the running button and then complaining about Miles' loud breathing. Yeah, with Miles breathing... There is not much to say other than I spend a lot of time hiding in corners. The worst part is that if I get that, I don't know where to run. I do manage to turn the generator on this time around, which is so painful to see now that I have finished the game and could probably do this part no problem. I roam around a bit, but finally get too sick of hiding, deciding to go out. Where is that asshole? After running around for a while, I eventually loop back into the generator lever room and die. Again. I'm dead again. I got so far. No, I have to read my immortal, so... yeah. Chapter 3. Author's note. Stop flaming the story preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own this or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnets on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so... I can't say this on YouTube. I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and I listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a simple plain t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Author's note. A lot of cool boys wear it, okay? Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666 and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car, went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage, and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold. You're covered in blood. They're all so happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life. Sang Joel. I don't know the lyrics to the song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively as he put his arm around me all protective. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel. He's going out with Hilary fucking Duff. I fucking fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back to Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. I've done it before. I'm clearly not having a good time, so I decided to play quietly, but not quietly enough that I don't sing. Bring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy. This is the part in which I let chapters accumulate so I can keep going again and again. Anyway, here's all my debts. Well, yeah. I just can't use this controller configuration. It's just so bad. Who came up with it? As you can see, I tried to mess with controller types and it wasn't worth it at all. At this point, I give up, don't read my Immortal, and actually go through all the stages of grief to the point in which I sat down on my floor and, no kidding, sang No Children by the Mountain Goats to myself in my room. It was tough. I decided that if I was going to do this, I was going to do it comfortably. So I sat on my bed, no camera on, no microphone, nothing, and just played. It's okay. You can still tell that it's me because I still haven't learned the controller configuration, and during this, I turned my camera very weirdly. At this point, I have watched the video, so I knew that the two buttons I needed to press were literally one in front of the other, as I mentioned before. This game is delightfully misleading in its difficulty level. It didn't matter for long though, because as soon as I had to go into the hallways, I got lost and was found by the guy. So I got stuck on the table, I jumped down by accident and died. The next time though, I actually managed to find the generator lever. Immediately I knew that it was a life or death situation. Dying here would cost me everything. I was not built for this game at this point. The true survivor horror being throwing a girl who can't even remember her town's small configuration into a mental asylum with several people chasing her. So I spent half an hour doing this because I started to notice that once you aggroed an enemy, it's stuck and it was difficult to escape them. Besides, I knew that if I died again, I was never opening this game again. Ever. So I beat it. To be fair, the guy almost got me when I was so close to the generator button, but I managed to escape him and hide before my untimely demise, which means I managed to complete it by sheer luck. There was no skill involved. After this, I did read my Immortal, but I was sitting on my bed with no makeup on, and I thought that it was a bit too much for the internet, so I have omitted the footage. Day 2 was over, and I went to bed, happy the ordeal was done. I gotta say, after Generator Guy, I never felt that kind of dread again, and in many ways that section cured me of my fear of the game, so it was actually all chill for me from then on. So if you were expecting me to scream, I do on 2 separate occasions, but most of the time I look like I'm strolling down the mall. I'm having the time of my life. Anyway, here's day 3. Okay, so this is like my 3rd intermission or something, and I'm here to say that we are actually not reading the 5 chapters of my Immortal I promised. As I was editing, it turns out that if I did read all of those in a row, it would be around 10 minutes of just pure, uninterrupted my Immortal. And somehow I just don't feel like that's entertaining. So here's the deal. I'll put in 1 chapter of my Immortal. That's it. We're just gonna forget the other deaths. Listen, I know it's not fair, trust me. I read the thing and I made jokes on the script about how we are now at my Immortal 10 and how we are now at my Immortal some other number, but I feel like this is for the best. You do not want to listen to my Ebony impression for 10 minutes straight. It's not gonna happen. Enjoy this chapter and let's move on. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? Ebony's name is Ennaby, not Mary Sue, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony? He asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts. which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately, Draco climbed on top of me and started to make out cleanly, blah 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 blah. Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his stingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Oh. I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? He was Dumbledore.
I'm Klondike teeth, I tend the bar for men both brave and bold.
I just noticed my teeth look really yellow in this light. I swear it's just the light, I promise. Going back into the game, the stakes were higher. I was noticing that I went from not dying to having to read 5 chapters of My Immortal in a row. I was afraid Ebony was going to haunt me in my dreams. I go back into the security room and... Ew.
I'm sorry, my son. I didn't want to have to do this to you. But you can't leave. Not yet. There is so much yet for you to witness. Accept the gospel, and all doors will open before you.
I'll accept it. I'll accept the gospel. Over my dead body. Don't worry. When I wake up in the pedestal, I immediately start going at Miles. Oh, Miles, what a predicament. All of this for a Pulitzer Prize. I also go on one of my classic Saturn tangents. This reminds me of In the Mouth of Madness. Like this cell. I know that a padded cell with stuff written on it. It's not necessarily like novel when it comes to horror. But it does remind me of that. And read a note until I am finally allowed to leave. I'm assuming we're locked. Hey, King. Oh. Clearly, I am not super impressed. This place is not so scary. But that would have gotten me. That would have definitely gotten me. I then filmed some people for Miles' little film project. Oh, damn. Fantastic. Oh! It's nice to diversify. Fun. Okay. 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 You know who would have survived this? Daniel Molloy from the Vampire Chronicles, but specifically from Interview with the Vampire. He would have survived this. After exploring every locked door, I finally opened the only unlocked one. Do I just jump? Hey man. I think now is a nice time to remind the audience that I have been consuming horror media actively almost every day for the past 12 years. I swear I'm having the time of my life. I just act and look this way. Okay. No man, I don't care. The game decided to teach me a nifty little new thing. This is what gives me anxiety about this game. I put this mechanic into practice and immediately locked myself out of the room. What? What the fuck? I then managed to do it correctly for the first and probably one of the only times in the game, if I'm gonna be honest. I outrun my pursuers and attempt to jump several times before managing to press the actual button. I am pressing. I go up to those weird guys. I can strafe? How do I strafe? I'm just walking. I witness a massacre. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, god damn it, man. And continue on to the showers. Okay, while they're killing everyone downstairs, I'm just gonna... I have an encounter with the 2 men I can't show on YouTube and go out of a conveniently positioned window. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit until something actually good happens. So... This game is so good. Oh no. Oh, the carnage. Nice little nifty pile of bodies. Can I film this? Okay. Oh no. Honestly, he would make the pain stop. I unfortunately run right into him and he gets me. Guess what time it is now? Chapter 5. Author's note, stop flaming. If you flame, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is because he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having sex. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good reviews. Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry, tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, because I love her! Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, fine. Very well. You may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight and he reluctantly went back into his room. I don't want to go back in because I don't know what to do. I think that I have to wait for him to climb downstairs and then do the and then like climb up. But like I don't know what to do after that, and he's gonna chase me and I'm gonna be trapped in like a death loop because I don't know where to go. And Big Burly Man's gonna chase me. And like, you know, I've been saying this. There's no reason for him to be there, you know, so a lot of people will be into that. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm pretty sure there's no reason for him to be so violent. I know the military stuff, you know, but I don't want to go back in. I don't want to go back in. I don't want to die. I don't want to die and like have to read like thousands of chapters of my Immortal because I forget the controls and you know. But you know, I have to say, I hate that this is a black screen. I'm saying this on a black screen. I'm sorry. Not very, you know. But I have to say, I really feel like I could really enjoy this game if I knew what to do, and it would become like a comfort game for me. And I honestly, it'd be a fun game to learn how to speedrun. I still don't know which game I'm gonna learn how to speedrun first. I thought it was gonna be a Resident Evil game, specifically Resident Evil Code Veronica, because I'm already really fast at Claire's part. But I hate Chris, and I don't want to play as him. So why do you hate Chris? Boring. Both he and Jill are like extremely boring characters. They're like boy and girl scout, you know? They're just boring. I just don't like them. I don't want to go back in. I have to. I have to accept my faith. My faith? I have to accept my fate. Well, my faith is in the Wall Rider, because, you know, I think he's gonna save me. Actually, it's a little more complicated than that, but, yeah. Chris Walker is gonna kick my shit in. Big Burly Man and I take number 2. Now. Yeah, I felt it. No fucking way you hurt me. No fucking way you hurt me. Oh, is he naked? No, he's wearing clothes. Don't you love the darkness? I believe in a thing called love. After a little bit of patience and waiting, I climbed up without much ceremony. Miles, shut the fuck up. I hide away. Where's this fucking asshole? Where is he? Get tired of waiting and make a run for it. He's after me. Big Birdie Man can get me here, because he's big. Yeah. Miles, thank you. On this next part, I find my way no problem mostly. Oh, no, but I can't hide. Ah, vai tomar no cu. Is it it worth it, Miles? Frequently I ask you, but you should also ask yourself, you know? This is cool. Let's go. Where am I? I don't remember this part, but I can already tell that I am going to get fucked because the series are gonna be labyrinthine and I am gonna get lost in them. And then fucking something is gonna start chasing me and I'm gonna die 1,000 times and I'm gonna have a mental breakdown and I'm gonna sing the mountain goats again. Turns out the sewers were fine actually. I don't have bad memories here. It was much more of a breeze than I thought. Oh, for sure I'm screwed. Hi, King. I meet my one true love again and just sneak around him a bunch. I get one valve, get the other. Flushed, am I right? Okay, I'm hiding. Good one. Yep. He figured it out. I have no idea how. He's just smart, which made me respect him way more. He's the only smart inmate here. I should have known. He has military training. Guess what time it is? God damn it. God fucking damn it. Chapter 6. Author's notes. Shut up, preps, okay? P.S. I won't update until you give me good reviews. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black mini skirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of school earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. In the grey hall, I ate some Count chocolate cereal with blood instead of milk and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stub on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Mathis. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's alright. What's your name? I questioned. My name is Harry Potter, although most people call me vampire these days. He grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood. He giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah. I roared. We sat down to talk for a little while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. It turns out I didn't record the audio for the next part, so I have no idea what I'm saying here.
Hello, Moto.
Anyway, dying there was a secret godsend because it spawned me right next to the ladder that I needed to go down. So, great. I walk around for a little bit, I climb up another ladder. I find out I still need to get out of the sewers and listen to the sound of screaming with a pleasant look on my face. I ignored this guy, but I remember thinking he had some good points to make.
What kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients?
I look confused and appalled at my continuing situation, go towards the female ward first because I'm a woman, but then I make my way to the male ward after remembering my present Miles situation. I remember exploring this place a lot for batteries. I had major battery issues in this run. I only ever had 2 on me, which was a problem on the more lengthy sections, so this results in me being incandescently happy when I do find one. Anyway, I lost a good portion of my life trying to figure out what to do here, and it turns out that all the batteries I found were useless. When I finally arrived at my destination, I noticed that Chris Walker was back. I basically circled the entire space to not get caught by him, and I ended up in the same exact spot I started in. I also spent several minutes trying to climb said spot to go back to where I came from because I forgot that that was where I came from. I even looked at a guide to make sure that it wasn't there where I was supposed to go. But then I distinctively remembered that it did not help me here because it couldn't find where I was stuck in the video, so I just went back to the game and prayed for the best. I died. My immortal time, baby. Chapter 7. Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, you guys, I'm only writing this because I got 5 good reviews. And by the way, I will write the next chapter till I get 10 good vons. Stop flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Mahisu, okay? She isn't perfect. She's a Satanist. And she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Maru suit to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with my Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passively as we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked and he put his boy stingy in mine and we had sex. See? It's that stupid? Oh. Draco. I screamed while getting an orgasm. When all of a sudden, I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No! But you don't understand! Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. No, you idiot! I shouted. You probably have AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out, even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled. For my next trick, I took my hair down because I was having a massive headache, resumed playing, and sang Tommy by The Who to Chris Walker. Captain Walker didn't come home, his unborn child will never know him. You better not fucking come here. Are you fucking me? Miles, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get caught, by the way, yep. And Miles doesn't run. Well, I'll try my best to escape him. Oh, it's over there. Hi, darling. He caught me in less than 3 minutes, but I figured it out eventually. Is it over there? So I just have to walk forward? Is that it? It turns out, all you have to do here is walk in a straight line from the entrance point to the ladder out of the sewers. This game being deceptively difficult makes a comeback, I guess. Still, I have to read my immortal again. But not really. You see, this is kind of sort of where I forgot to remove the My Immortal window overlay, and so it constantly looks like I was having very adverse reactions to the fanfic. In fact, this is where it all goes to shit in the video, because I also forgot to record the next section, so I have no idea what happens in the next 10 to 30 minutes of my Outlast playthrough. I know I died once in the My Immortal overlay footage, but kept playing because I said so. I then made poignant commentary, and mercifully died once more, cutting more than 11 minutes of unseen lost to time footage. I think I met Traeger for the first time. For the next one, the one I didn't record, I had notes, but I recently deleted them by accident. Incredible. Either way, I died too, so here's 3 more My Immortals. I hope you're enjoying it. Chapter 8. Author's note, stop flashing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. Everyone in class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think! Draco screamed sadly. My friend, Bloody Mary Smith, smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, but Voldemort killed her mother and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out that her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now and not Gryffindor. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demanded angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. For a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility to Draco and then started to bust into tears. Chapter 9. Author's note, stop flaming, okay? I didn't read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snape doesn't like Harry now is because he's Christian, and Vampire is a Satanist. MCR rocks. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a sudden, a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. He was Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire, and his Saxa eyes, and his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joe Madden. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got it. Dude, you were so... Look on his face. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if thou not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi. He sat back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joe Madden and Gerard Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and went back into Hogwarts together making out. If you do not like my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out that Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she's a vampire. And she and Vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. Puta merda. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron. Although we call him Diablo now, he has black hair now with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. I forgot Hagrid. And Hagrid. Only today Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his... He couldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a C-R-O-S-S. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie, like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs, and tiny matching mini skirts that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerned voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came, and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You You fucking poser muggle bitch! See? Is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco cried too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly, Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew that this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See? That's basically not swearing. And this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed by slitting his.
You know what my husband gave me for my birthday? An apple tree. Obviously, he doesn't think I look like the glamorous type.
A wife and mother talks about healthy-looking skin and our soap.
From here on out, there are no more technical difficulties, I promise. We pick up somewhere. I have a jacket on now, and I immediately start being chased. I follow the voice of an angel who allows me to escape.
You're not one of them, are you? Quick, get in the dumb waiter if you want to live.
Okay, thanks. Thank God it didn't stop there. It wasn't a good place to stop. Oh no. So, Traeger takes me away on a ride. We go on a little elevator trip and he shows me his work. You see any batteries?
I love the mountain.
Oh God.
You want to head out and take a stroll?
Miles, where's your will to live?
We're putting that tongue to any use anyway. Truth be told, I was just tired of licking my own stance.
What a guy.
Believe. You paying attention? Don't pass that on me. There's so much for you to absorb.
Was it worth it, Miles? I get up, I throw up in the sink, and run away. I meet an interesting man.
Just like him. Like Traeger. He got the treatment. He's still alive. Filled with Wernicke's nightmares. He worked so well. They couldn't control it. And you can't control it. Nobody's. No.
Nobody.
He'll kill you. He's coming now.
And this is the part in which I get chased by Traeger. Oh, fuck off. Are you kidding me? Oh, he runs. Oh. I died quickly enough, and that was it for day 3. I decided to go to bed after that. Let's go, my immortal 15. Chapter 11. Author's note. I said stop claiming up preps. See if this chapter is stupid. It deals with really serious issues. See for yourself if it's stupid. Bruh, thanks to my friend Raven for helping. Meu Deus do céu. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room, cause he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sandily. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of school earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out of the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating to it. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew, you fucking perv! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedals or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! It's 5 a.m. I can't scream, sorry. He yelled, and Snape and Lupin pointed his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, has been revealed that someone had— No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and he waved his wand. And suddenly, Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid paused. angrily. But I am also a Satanist. This cannot be. Snap said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in Medley. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape's still there. I felt faint. More than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said as he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped he in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic? Snap asked, and in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant that he was connected to Satan. Because I love her.
This is the coffee pot at work. Listen to it perk. Look at the coffee as it gets darker and stronger.
Day 4 begins with me playing in the morning, which felt a bit sacrilegious. Still, I went back in, kept running from Traeger, and this part was actually very confusing to me. I had no idea what to do or where to go. Good news, I think this is the penultimate time I looked up a guy because of my sense of direction. So I looped Traeger again, not really caring too much about him to be honest, even with our sordid past. I managed to find where I'm supposed to go because even with the guide I had no idea. I go to the bathroom, parkour, and read a document. Well, David and a porno died, so... I pick up the elevator key, hide, and then run from Traeger, then die. He got me? I have no idea how I died here. I watched it back and still no clue, but some deaths were like this in this game. I think I just got stuck and the game pulled the trigger. I keep playing anyway until I find the elevator. Okay, if I were... conceivably, the elevators, where would I be?
I'm not giving up on you.
Oh look, he fought! Hey Miles, good for you! Well, that's too bad, honestly. Cool. Where am I? Oh, well, bloop. Cool. Let's read my immortal. Anyway, yeah, my immortal again. Are we going insane yet? Imagine me. This is the true Outlast insanity experience. Good luck with Ebony. Chapter 12. Author's note. Stop fa-ing, okay? Hagrid isn't a pedo too. What? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address the issue. How do you know Snap isn't Christian? Plus, Hagrid isn't really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? I was about to sleep my with the silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No! I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. OMFG, no! My scar hurts! And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation. He sat back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. Anyway, I was in the school nurse's office now, recovering from my slip. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to St. Mango's after they recovered, because they were pedophiles. And you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera they took of me naked. I put up a middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed, holding a bouquet of pink roses. Annabelle, I need to tell you something, he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you. I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, Annabelle, Hagrid says. These are not roses. What are they, goths Cheers to you, poser prep, I asked, because I was angry that he had bought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton P video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Looping, who... I'm actually gonna have to censor that because it's close enough. To it, he added silently. Whatever! I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eyes and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Pétalos, merengo, micrim, licri, romácio. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that was a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. Imo, not tu, okay, yo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. Where the fuck is Draco? Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Annabee? Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see within the flames. Haha, you reveres flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay? I have found myself, okay, you mean old man? Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something back. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You are a liar, Professor Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me so I look like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you are a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Thanks. Get it? You do too. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slipped, feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Looping couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi, back, I said in an equally sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Stop it now, you horny simpletons, shouted Professor McGonagall, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker, I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco, I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. Just then he started to scream, OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No! I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always cover it up with foundation. He sat back. Anyway, my scar hurt, and then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic blood sister. What the fuck? You're supposed to write this. Hey, Raven, do you know where my sweater is? Because she doesn't say the is. Yeah. I know, I'm funny. Cool, let's play Outlast. I continue to struggle looking for batteries. Can you get a battery? Can you please get a battery? No? Oh, don't save. I need a battery. And now I have to meet Father Martin outside. Father, do you have batteries? I vaguely remembered outside being a perilous place, so I was nervous about my lack of equipment to carry me. Father doesn't have batteries. I fear he's not a real father, and he does not bring real blessings. Nonetheless, I valiantly walked through Mount Massive trying to find my way out, which I had no clue where it could be, as I had no clue where anything else was. Hi, darling, do you have batteries? Oh, I see. Yeah. David and Annapurna did get wrecked. Yeah. Fun. I tried to find my way inside the kitchen and I meet another very interesting man. I actually like his dialogue a lot.
I had to burn it. All of it. Murkoff took so much from us. Used us. Turned us into these things because nobody cares about a few forgotten lunatics. So let it burn. Burn the whole goddamn thing down. Get out. If you want to live, you can get out through the kitchen.
I tried to find my way out of the kitchen. Wait, what? I tried to make my way out of the kitchen so I can turn on the sprinklers. Can I jump this? Nope. Sorry, Miles. You're a bit sensitive, aren't you? And I make my way out. Someone's gonna come chasing me. because I have to turn on 2 valves. And there's like a slit, so I'm assuming it's gonna be Chris Walker, right? And yes, I was right. Tis Chris Walker. I evaded him for a little bit. Where is Chris Walker? Well, he's walking. I've made that joke before. It's not even a very good joke. I'm like super sick of this game and I kind of want to rush through it. Not because I'm like not having fun, but because I know the like directions and I are not good. Is he behind me? I'm sorry, but like directional audio in this game ain't shit. I need that. Thank you, King. Fuck you. I'm gonna cry. My Immortal 17. Okay, there's gonna be birds, I think, in the background of this one. That's because, like I said, this is the 4th time I'm doing it, and largely I just want to get it done. So I am not going to wait until tomorrow at a time of the night to do this because I just don't have it in me anymore. That doesn't mean I'm not having fun. That just means that I only have enough to give. Anyway, there are also gonna be motorcycles, so look forward to that. Chapter 13. Author's note. Raven, thanks for helping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster off Gerard, but that guy is such a fucking sex bomb. Prep, stop flaming. Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco! We shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No! Don't! We need to save Draco! We begged. No! He said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school. Especially with you, Ebony. He said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco! He moaned. Author's note. Don't you think gay guys are like so hot? It's okay. I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly, we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Alla Kedavra. It was Voldemort.
Hey, that supply of Ritz seems on the fritz.
No, stop, darling. Don't blow your top. I always keep another box handy.
Dandy! He knows Ritz crackers are richer, crisper, and his mouth is full, or he'd help us whisper. Only Nabisco.
So, after this, I decided to take a break, and not to vague post, but something happened and I had a really bad day. In the end, I still decided to sit down to play because through this bad time, the only thing I thought was going to cheer me up was doing this, and it worked. I'm not wearing makeup and I look really under the weather, but Outlast did me a solid by genuinely entertaining me through this bad time, and in a way, I'll always remember it for this. Oh, I missed this. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oops. Either way, I start. And I hide from Chris Walker for a while. I had a lot of problems locating him, as I think directional audio in this game sort of sucks. Sorry, Outlasters. What the fuck was that? Is he beating shit up? What is he doing? I have 2 batteries to go through this. My button decided to stop working. You see what I was talking about? Oh, my fucking battery. After a while, I became bolder and started to walk around more freely. I am like really in like plain sight here. Where are you? I'm a bit nervous. Let me stand here next to the corpse. I feel like I'm safe here, you know? I feel really welcomed here. Where is this asshole? What's his fucking route? You can't see me, because I'm not in the light. I really wish my button was working about now. Where did he go? He disappeared. Oh my god. Maybe magic is not only in my immortal. I filmed his ass. And then I proceeded to walk back to the laundry room and find one of the valves. I'm actually cutting a whole chunk of me, just basically kneeling behind places and going backwards. There he is. Shh, Miles. Shut the fuck up. Oh, another gap. So here's me finding the next valve and walking out. It was during this that I got my second Yelp of the run. Cause I don't know if you know this, Miles, I don't know where Chris Walker is. Jesus, that... Wait. What was that? It was Miles' shadow. Miles' shadow is what startled me. Anyway, after this I ran back to the slit. Ha, she said slit. So I could cheese Chrissy. Then I literally put myself in danger because I forgot where the sprinkler thing was, even though it was right where I was before. There's no excuse, whatever, let's move on. Finally, some sense came back and I found out where I was. I turned the valve on and finally went back to the kitchen. Love to watch him walk away, am I right? That got me too. Third Yelp of the run done, I ran to the laundry room again, managed to escape and find the actual way out. Finally. Outside is a deadly nightmare. I had 0 batteries to carry me. I wandered around aimlessly for what seemed to be 1 hour, but it was realistically just maybe 20 minutes, which is bad enough. You have a battery. Okay, I know it was just at the maintenance shed. Where's the maintenance shed? Is he here? Please save. I need to go to the bathroom actually. 1 second.
Car battery!
Oh god, I spent like 9 minutes in the bathroom. Doing what? Bathroom things. Whatever. I kind of remember this part, don't I? Oh, that was the wall rider. Okay, cool. Which means that that's the right place to go. Which means that this isn't. Battery? No. This note is so amazing. I botched seeing the wall rider for the first time. I really did. That's so sad because this is such a good note. This note for Moon and like, this is amazing. I love horror so much, you have no idea. I didn't make the jump. I get to see the wall rider again. So I'm gonna spare you of my immortal here because I went back in, I saw the wall rider, climbed the ladder, went all the way through the roof and then died again. This happened 3 times. Let's see the wall rider again. Where to? Down here? Honey, jump up. Jump up. Jump up. My immortal again. Chapter 14. Author's note, fuck off preps, okay? Raven, thanks for helping again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed and I had to go to the hospital cause Great. P.S. I'm not updating till you give me 10 good reviews. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer discretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out the Voldemort wasn't there. Meu Deus, okay. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there, crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Read my sight, you despicable preps. He shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. He looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Period. He said, in this, he's 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Huh? I asked. Anobi, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You tortured my BF and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard, I said angrily. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! he screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clacking to us, so we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. There, I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a back. Get it? Cause he's so sexy. And I really huge you know what and everything. It's so unfair. I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here, except for Bloody Mary, cause she's not ugly or anything. Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They're such fucking sluts. Answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like, Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me. And now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why couldn't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. Author's note. Don't worry, Annabelle isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't it just be normal? It's a fucking curse. I shouted and then I ran away. All to have a first world problem. Chapter 15. Author's note, stop flaming, okay? By the way, you suck. From now on, every time someone flames me, I'm gonna slip my... Thanks to Raven for helping. Yes, my neighbor has a parrot. Ebony! Ebony! Shh. How can you shout something sadly? Ebony! Ebony! Shouted Draco sadly. No, please come back. But I was too mad. Whatever. Now you can go and have sex with Vampire. I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my blood red key. I had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to... I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short, ripped, black gothic dress that said anarchy on the front in blood red letters and was all ripped and a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood red letters. I put my ebony hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned to Draco. Annabelle, I love you, he shouted sadly. I don't care what those fucker preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit all the time. Now I just want to fucking be with you. I fucking love you. Then he started to sing the Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. Right in front of the entire class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Author's note. Don't you think those guys are so hot? If you don't know who they are, get the fuck out of here. OMFG, I said after he was finished. Some fucking prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle fingers that were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Draco's now at them. I love you, I said. And then we started to kiss just like Hilary Duff, I fucking hate that bitch, and CMM in a Cinderella story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying the MCR will have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked and then we went together. Chapter 16. Author's note. You know what? Shut up, okay? Prove to me that you're not preps. Raven, you suck. You fucking bitch. Give me back my fucking sweater. You're supposed to write this. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch. You're supposed to do this. By the way, thanks to Brittany5655 for teaching me Japanese. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. Then we saw the stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. George looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection. But it didn't matter because I knew now that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, George pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. What the fuck, Draco? I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time? Even if it's MCR and you know how much I like them. Why? Cause we you know. He gadgeted uncomfortably, cause guys don't really like to talk about you know what. Yeah, cause we you know, I yielded in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. OMFG, what the fuck? Are you giving into the mainstream? I asked. So I guess you're a prep, or a Christina, or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shouted angrily. Annabee, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattened because that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just for me. Okay then, I guess I will have to, I said, and then we Frenched for a while and I went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Hajime mashite, girl, she said happily. She speaks Japanese and so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese? By the way, Willow, that fucking poser, got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. Author's note, Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. It serves that fucking bitch right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii. Bloody Mary shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh, yeah, I have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did it with her because he's a... Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Hey, by the way, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR, I said. I need to wear, like, the hottest outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded energetically. OMFG, totally, let's go shopping. In hot... Nope. Right? I asked, already getting out my special loyalty card. No. My head snapped up. What? My head spun. I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No. She laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked, sure you would be Draco, or Diabolo, or Vampire. Don't even say the name to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let me just call her Brooms. OMFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk. She told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores, especially for the concerts in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was... OMG, hotter than Gerard's, except not, because that's impossible. And he gave me a few dresses. We only have this for like the real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no, they're gonna spy on me again. I cried, running out of the changing room, wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you for free, because you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you gonna be in the concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey, by the way, my name is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Tearaway. What's yours? Tom Reed, he said, and ran a hand through his black dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, because I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily, but before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew in on his black broom, looking worried. OMFG, Ebony, you need to get back into the castle now.
Do take off your jacket, Bo.
Why, thank you, ma'am.
Put it back on, Bo. Honey, you're perspiring.
But I use a deodorant. Mother's.
No wonder.
Okay, let's keep going. I wandered aimlessly as usual, my camera begging me to charge it. I finally found where I have to go and... No, you're kidding me. Yeah, things weren't looking good for me, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Okay. I fell. Okay. I'm stuck. No longer soft locked. I'm okay. Okay. Oh, it's here. Great. Fall damage. Ah, velho. Vai tomar no cu, mano. I hate you, Chris Walker. I hope you fucking die. I mean, I know you do. But I hope you die even, like, more dead than, like, you can even... Well, I know you do, actually. One more time. I'll do this one more time. Is it gonna lose me? Nope. Do you think anyone's got batteries here for me?
You saw the Wall Rider, didn't you? You're beginning to understand, but not yet. Even Abraham had to cast his eyes to the ground. But soon...
Look at this framing. Bad. The fact that there are places to jump makes me think that I'm gonna be chased. Yep. When they say that Chris Walker is like the antagonist, like the secondary antagonist of this game, man, they're not fucking kidding. Why does he want to kill me so bad is the question. I mean, I'm a security breach, right? He's obsessed with it. No offense. How am I supposed to fucking know where I'm going? I have 4 batteries. I was so happy. This game is a ridiculously cruel mistress. Here, go back. That's the only place to go, but there's nothing here. Is there like a vent I'm missing? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Whoop. Okay, this was okay. Okay, I'm gonna read my mortal now. Author's note. I said stop flaming the story. If you're a prep, then don't read it. You can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fuck off. P.S. Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I promise to give you back your poster. I have a feeling that Tara's voice is borderline offensive to someone for some reason. And I would like to reinstate that I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Moving on. Dumbledore gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he will help us with makeup if you want it cause he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. What the fuck, Hagrid? I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you fucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey bitch, you look kawaii. She said, yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, cause Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be an... So, are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diablo. She answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They're both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they thought we were it too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warped Tower. Bloody March was going to the concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Navo, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth, and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash. Navo converted to Satanism, and he went goth. He wasn't Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes, and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's Black Mercy bands. Get it? Cause we're gothic that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Jared was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in the pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and he had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly, Jared pulled off his mask. So did all the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Jared at all. It was an ugly preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots. He shouted angstly. Annabee, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco. We begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shooted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore! One thing I have to say is that now, when I walk around my house at night, I do feel like Chris Walker looking for Miles Upshur. The effect on Outlast on the gamer brain, I think. And I'm gonna get his ass too. I'm gonna get his ass. I'm gonna get him. So, sorry, where am I? What am I supposed to do?
Nearly here. You can cross from the upper floors.
No, it's so close. I hate this game. It's kind of like Resident Evil in a way. I mean, yeah, it's like a Resident girl who only ever played Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Resident Evil vibes from this. I know for a fact that my guy, Chris Walker, is roaming this place. I think, actually. I can hear his chains in my head. So this part was kind of the worst. It took me 40 minutes to go through it. Basically, what you have to do is get 3 fuses so you can open the laundry chute and get a key. Thanks. Easy, except that this game stumps me in every way it can, whenever it can, and my inattentive ass lets it. It was a nightmare. And the worst part is watching it back, knowing what I have to do, and knowing that this part is genuinely so easy. It's so cut and dry. Still, I guess, roamed a lot and hit a lot more than I had to, so it took me a lot longer. Okay, I need 3 fuses. Classic horror game puzzle. Where are you? Ah, damn it. So they just give up when I do this, when I come here? Peekaboo. Wow, this is really generous actually, thank you. Okay, so there's nothing here. Yeah, I missed that fuse. For a while, I had no idea that there was going to be another fuse there, though it made a lot of sense, because, you know, this is a linear sort of game. I have no idea why they're not like fucking why he's like, where am I? What? He's locking me in. But yeah, I died. And I think I forgot to read my immortal for this part, so here it is. Author's note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. You are not a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. The other reason Dumbledore swore is because he was trying to be gothic. So there. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood red lipstick, and a black really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a school belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the school. Get it? School? Because I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had You Know What to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black, and the tables were black too, but you could see there was pink paint underneath the black paint, and there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What the fuck? I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a good trailored shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Neva was saying as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore? We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Oh god, how was Dumbledore's voice? I don't remember. I am 1 second away from ending it all. Hello everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? That's the best that it's gonna be. It's the best it's gonna get. That's it. Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we ghosts just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. By the way, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser! Draco shouted angrily as we went to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerard? But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis. Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. That done, the second time around was much better. I was sort of aware of the place and where to go, so thank God. Motherfucker. Oh, sorry, they were like press X to close. And I pressed X to close. Teehee, he really could chase me here and go over there, right? I could really capitalize on that, so maybe I should just lure him. There I am. Go over. Let me do a little dance. I only have one battery. I have to stop doing this. My button. So, because I didn't see the body falling down the chute, I was actually super confused as to what happened to the key. I was worried about running from the guy who totally knew I was there, so... I'm not afraid, I'm just... confused. What if I reload? No, I'm just gonna... Where's my cell phone? No, I'm tired. No, I just want to know, like, what am I missing? Actually, I'm not gonna look up a guy. Maybe I should just leave this to future Saturn to do, because I'm tired, so... You know what? Yes, I want to quit. Or maybe I'll look up a guy later. I'll let you guys know if I do. I'm not just gonna, like, look up a guy and then, you know. And yes, I checked the guide. I checked it before I started day 5, freshly better from my bad day yesterday, dressed more like Ebony than ever. Let's go down, boy. Let's go down, boy. Let's go. Let's go down. I have to be fast. Where am I? I have to be fast about this because people are already waking up to go to work and it's noisy. Thank God I'm unemployed. Please give me a job. Oh. Okay, boy, let's go. Holy Grail! Is it gonna be Chris Walker? Is he gonna start walking after me? What was that? Oh. Is this the key of what again? I'm screwed. This is where things start getting real. Oh, they saw me? Oh, they saw me. Well, I was going the wrong place anyway. What the fuck? Where am I? Oh, cool. What? It's not even Chris Walker, but I can still die, because I'm incompetent. It's impossible to, like, really... where? Oh boy, come on. I don't know who I'm saying this to. Did I make the same mistake again? Oh. Cool. Screw games that respect momentum. I'm assuming it's not here. I was gonna make a really stupid joke about being an empath, but then the song... Oh, it is there, actually. So I'm not enough of an empath. You know, however bad things are, you have to consider that Miles is having like a decidedly worse time than you. Probably. Okay. Where? Where do I go? Oh. Did I fall again on the same place? Be honest with me. Okay, be careful. Look at the holes. Oh god. Oh no, Miles. Ooh, document. Oh, this is so horrible. This is horrible. Oh, cool. Should I open? Okay. Asshole! Oh, I didn't know they were like hit kill. Oh. My immortal. The dick out guys being a one hit kill was novel to me, but I continued my path before I decided to go into my immortal. If they're walking, so am I, you know? I can hide here, so it's fine. No, it's okay, Miles. You're gonna lose this camera soon anyway. Let's read my immortal. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. Author's note, please stop flaming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep and you're jealous, okay? From now on, I am going to deal with mean reviews. By the way, Ebony is a pure blood, so there. Thanks to Raven for the help. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to. The MCR concert. It had been postponed so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was and he got all mad and he started crying all hot and angsty. Aren't sensitive bi guys so hot? No one fucking understands me. No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt, and a black dye. Get it? Instead of tie, cause I'm gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, a black leather mini, black high-heel boots, and a cross-belly ring. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun, like Amy Lee in Going Under. Email me if you wanna see the pic. Excuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted, but it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily crying. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my faces like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly, Hagrid came. He had apparated. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. What the fuck do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second, I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his He said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you.
Men. Take it off. Take it all off.
So, I didn't remember that I needed to find my camcorder before I could go on in this game. You gotta be kidding me. It's Incredible. I watched someone speedrun this last year. Anyway, I walked of shame down to where I came from and plunged headfirst into the darkness. It's nice that like a lot of things are illuminated now all of a sudden. Do I get fall damage? It looks like I should get fall damage. No, darling. No, darling. Might as well go. Okay. Yeah, I know, but as long as nothing's chasing me, I'm not scared. Okay, okay, that got me. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, this is so cool. I could literally take a print screen. No, I'm not. But I could. Make it my wallpaper. I don't want to go near that guy. I'm gonna close this. What's over here? Well, darkness. Man, it's fucking traumatizing to play this game in the dark. I mean, to someone. I'm okay. Okay. I'm trying to jump over this. I can. Why are they doing this to me? I have literally never done anything to them ever. Not here. Where? Well, now things can chase me again, so I'm less stoked about this. Fantastic footage you have here, Miles. Okay, honey, be so fucking for real. You can jump this, right? Well, you didn't get me. But there's no other way to go, so...
Only one way out. Only one way.
Okay, so I've heard.
How do you know you're not a patient?
This is such a good question. You must be in need of psychological care to agree to do this. Oh no, not these, damn it. Okay, remember where to go. It's Chris Walker time. I spent quite a bit of time here, but I remember it as more fun than anything because basically you have to go through every door and cheese him by going back into the gap. It's simple, it's effective, but it's also annoying, even if I did have fun. No, darling, stop jumping. I'll take this slow, cause, I mean, and slow I took it. It took me 15 minutes and I died once, in the room where I needed to go, and I didn't realize that there was an open vent. Yep, I mean, are we really surprised? Have you watched the rest of the video? I'm just gonna skip all of it because it's redundant, so.
I'm supposed to tell you, the key to the house of God is in the theater, behind the light. In the theater, behind the light. You have to see the movie, so that's where I left the card. Okay?
Now to the next My Immortal. Chapter 20. Author's note. I said I don't care what you think. Stop flaming, okay, preps? Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were going to do the concert again since Voldemort had taken over the last one. While I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to thank you for the venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but secretly, I hoped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was looping. Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around them and Snap since he was a pedo. No, actually. Can I please borrow some condoms? I don't know how to read that better. He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can go fuck. I shouted sarcastically. Fucker. Full disclosure, this is always the hardest chapter for me to read, and you're gonna see why, but I'm gonna try my best. Fucker, he said, going away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching. Snape and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot. They both shouted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. Dobby ran away crying. They got up though. Normally, I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. Both of them were fucking preps. By the way, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. What the fuck? Is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See? I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me. Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replied. You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a picture of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me. Wait, that's Draco. Well, excuse me. They both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my womb at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely fucking hot. What the fuck? Where's Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's been a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me? To the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enobi on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had... Nope. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then, I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. That's the chapter. That's it. That's how she ends it. So here I go on another key quest. I watched a little movie about Dr. Wernicke's Nazi experiments.
The films are real. There was no alteration to the footage at all, no trickery? None. In June of 1943, you recorded 3 instances of spontaneous bleeding. Half a dozen test subjects began to develop brain tumors?
Yes. The autopsies revealed that the tumors were pure lead.
It killed them? Can you explain why the results could not be reproduced in the United States?
I have my theories. My homeland in those years. It's impossible to understand the things we felt, what we believed. The overwhelming fear, ecstatic rage, and English words are insufficient. More than hope. The human mind in that environment is capable of extraordinary things.
I continued on my way and eventually found the key, relatively free. I took a long way to the 3rd floor and walked into one of the coolest sections of the game in my opinion, even though it took me a second to find the path here. I was very silent during this part because I was genuinely just paying attention to the game. I was so invested in what was going to happen next that I totally forgot that I needed to say things and be entertaining because I am not used to playing video games for an audience. So I also did a classic lost help in this part only to go into a complete state of shock and grief upon finding out what I actually had to do. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Do you guys got batteries? No. Great. Oh, file. I grabbed it. Excuse me. Excuse me. This game's atmosphere is unmatched to me. I arrive at the chapel, where I am sure only good and positive things can be afoot, especially because of all the blood on the walls.
Am I ready? You are. We will join the Wall Rider in just a moment. My Job, you alone shall escape the Talva. This is your penultimate act of witness. The promise of the prophets was always freedom from death. And here it is. You will watch and record my death, my resurrection. And together we will be free.
Can you imagine just turn around? Fuck it. I mean, I'm assuming you can.
Fix the elevator. It will take you to freedom. We will all of us be free. Now, my son.
I can't believe Father Martin one up Jesus Christ himself in shitty ways to die. And I don't believe I'm going to miss him. It's almost my immortal levels of good. I take the key. Bye. Thanks, misters. And make my way out through the vent to fall closer to the elevator. Yeah, I'm no longer in danger. What about this asshole? Come here, Chris Walker. Come here, man. Oh, he walking around. Oh. Are you kidding me? Where do I run? He's so smart, but I still don't know where to go. My immortal whatever number we're at this point. You're no longer in any danger, asshole. Chapter 21. Author's note. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? That bitch Raven, cause fuck you preps. Whoops, sorry Raven, thanks for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks hard. I even got to go see the castle where Dracula was filmed. Later, we all went into school. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch. He shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a way. I started to cry too, cause I was afraid he was gonna commit. It's okay, Annabie, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. It was Vampire. Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on cause I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then fuck off. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invisibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch. Vampire sat under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filth meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded. And then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late now, because we were running away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though. Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See? Isn't that depressing? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door and Fug and the Mystery of Magic walked into the school. Come on, big guy. Come on. Damn it. What the fuck? I could have handled that better. Oh. Go up, Miles! Damn it! Fuck off, Miles, honestly. I managed to go into the longest elevator ride of my life, straight to hell, aka a Nazi laboratory. Here's the next My Immortal doll for your hearing pleasure. Take a shot every time I say that. Chapter 22. Author's note, shut the fuck up, preps, stop flaming, okay? If you do not like it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris, it's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven, you fucking rock. Preps suck. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black leather, lacy pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy simple plain t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed all of her cleavage with a white apron that said bitch and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it. Kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was wearing a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace-up top thing, and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He had raped them and stuff too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Satanism. OMFG! I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? Annabelle, something's really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said smiling, but you have to tell me why you're being all secretive. Excuse me. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there looking at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. I don't have it in me for more voices, so I'm just gonna read this with my normal voice. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. Okay. It was a troll, right? Like, we're all on the same page. This is not a real fanfic and it was a troll, right? It was a troll. It can't be. Like, I know there's like immense lore about My Immortal. There are like countless YouTube videos, countless everything made about this fanfiction, but like, it's a troll, right? It has to be. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily, but we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There's only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort and she is in the school, and her name is Anony the Arkness Dementia Raven Way. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Final stretch. Okay, so, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or something, but I actually don't like this part of the game. I never liked it. I was never really into labs or science fiction-esque things. I prefer the visual of Mount Massive's mid-century, those Georgian architecture much better, but I understand the narrative purpose. I just don't like it. I don't like labs. I mean, Resident Evil is one of my favorite, but I don't like it. I don't like labs. I silently went through the place, admiring its guts and the outside world. And ended up not realizing I had to run from the wall rider. I'm being chased, right? And after witnessing Chris's untimely death, I talked to the Nazi in charge for a bit, or rather, he talked at me.
Supposed to be dead. No such luck. I am older than sin, but somehow the only one left. Because of Billy. He takes care of me. He may think I'm his father. He certainly loves me, the poor idiot. Do you know what this symbol represents? It warns of a nanohazard. Microscopic machines. Technology we have had for decades but never mastered. Murkoff discovered in my research a workaround, turning the cells in the human body into nanofactories. It was foolish and wrong to think we could control it. To use madmen to make something so strong. You have to stop him too.
Sorry.
Murder Billy. Turn off his life support. His anesthesia. You have to undo what I've done.
Why? Why?
Place while he lives. You must kill him.
Oh. Oops, sorry. So here I go. After Billy the Wall Rider, the god of the facility that could turn me into mush so easily, he actually did. Several times. Here's the first one. I forgot it could die in this part. My immortal. Chapter 23. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, bitches. You're just jealous because I got 10,000 reviews. Girl, you rock. Let's go shopping together. This voice sounds like it should be so offensive to someone out there. And I'm just trying to do an obnoxious voice. I regret it. I don't know. This voice bothers me. Like, I can't go back in time and change it. But it kind of bothers me now. And again, I think I've said it, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then Dumbledore and Rumbridge saw us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her. Whoops, she made a mistake. He corrupted her. She means hi everybody, come in. Well, we all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Crabbe and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Vio Volo. I ate some Count Chocolate and drank some blood from a cup. I can read that better. I ate some Count Chocolate and drank some blood from a cup. Not much better. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire, Draco, what the fuck? I asked. You fucking bastard! Yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, fuck you, motherfucker. She loves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat each other up. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in his broomstick. He had no nose. He was wearing a grey robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort. Ebony, Darth Vader said evilly, his raspy voice. Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before, then I shall kill Draco too. Please, don't make me kill him, please, I begged. No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away, cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came to comfort me. Suddenly my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lightning flash, and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco, while Draco in a depressed way. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly I looked up and stopped having the vision. Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's alright, Annabelle, said Vampire, all sensitive. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed, like in the Ring too? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, bitch, I said sadly, and then we went. I resumed again. I don't know where to go. What are the odds of me dying again? High, right? Oh, cool. Here I am. Wait, not cool, because I don't want to kill Billy. I want him to go fuck himself, but I don't want him to kill him. Oh, god damn it, Billy. You know what? Maybe I will fucking kill you. Yes, how do we destroy this? The $1,000,000 question, because I had no idea what to do. Isn't this some Stanley Parable bullshit in which you have to, like, press a lot of shit? I don't remember genuinely. What if we just leave and don't give a shit about him? Oh. I know I'm trying to kill you, but you don't understand. But unfortunately, I forgot you could go through gaps in this game. Again. Do I jump? Nope. Oh. So we'll turn the valve, run from Billy. Oh god. You know, I didn't think you could die in this part because I fully truly never seen anyone dying here. Fuck you, Billy. Is it in that room? I'm gonna die again. Go to the exact place I needed to go and get stuck. 3 times. Chapter 24. Author's note. Prep, stop flaming the story. You're just jealous, so fuck you. Go to hell. Raven, thanks for the help. Well, we had deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trivori about the visions. Again, no more voices. Konnichiwa, everybody, come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smiled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long dead black hair with blood red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Mary get along great. She's really young for a teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and a long gothic black ribbed dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emily the Strong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where did you get it? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone. Professor Trivori said and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exercise. Get it? 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried. Is Draco going to die? Well, she gave me a black crypto ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I said, I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy, wearing a black leather facet, a black gothic Linkin Park t-shirt, and black Congress shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire was sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together, and I was so exhibited.
Beautiful Chrissy has beautiful hair that grows. This is beautiful Chrissy, the doll with beautiful hair that grows and grows. Turn the knob and her hair's shorter. Press her tummy and you can make her hair grow. And you can brush it and fix it different ways. Beautiful Chrissy has beautiful hair.
It's a gap. It's a gap. It's another gap that I missed. I would have never found it because to me I had to jump the thing, you know, because Miles sometimes will grab on. No, it's a gap. Cool. Take number 20. I genuinely couldn't remember the gaps. But in my defense, I did try to go forward there and the game didn't trigger. So, hey, give me a break. I tried. Damn, he's running up these stairs. No fucking way I'd be dead. It reminds me of that video. Oh my god. Okay. Come on, baby. Okay, you can do it. Okay, where are we going? 9. Oh my god, it's true. I forgot. Okay, where did I come from now? Okay, sure, keep running, boy. I don't know. Asshole journalists suck. Get his ass, Billy. Oh my god, my footage, my footage. Get his ass, get his ass. I think his dad made his footage. Yeah. Can you imagine I had walked all over, like all the way there again? I would have too. That's the thing. He was probably gonna die anyway, right?
Becomes a host. Jesus God, what is that thing?
Oh my god, I can't believe I finished Outlast. Yes, 'tis true. I have finished Outlast. After years of owning it, years of building it up inside my head, it was over. My journey was done. I feel like I can play anything now. I feel like I could literally just play anything. This game was my white whale of horror games, you know? And though it, you know, wasn't as scary as I always thought it was going to be, it was definitely extremely tense, and I, you know, definitely shut the fuck up in some parts because I couldn't talk. This game is so good. It's genuinely one of the best games ever made. Definitely like one of the best horror games ever made. Like, it's so top 5 to me. Anyway, Miles died. You know what that means, right? Yes, I know what it means. It means I read 2 last My Immortal chapters in his honor. Rip Miles Upshur, the worst journalist ever. I hope you get a Pulitzer Prize in hell. So, for those of you who are not aware of the My Immortal lore, it's unfinished. It's 44 chapters long, and Tara never finished it, but there is a conclusion to it more or less when this girl, that I don't think is real, but this girl cracked Tara's password and then wrote a trolling chapter. And that's what I'm gonna read now. So, here we go. Chapter 39. I am a trolling genius, lols. Disclaimer. I do not own the HP series, and I am not the real XXX Bloody Wrists 666 XXX. Author's note. I am an extremely immature, pathetic, idiot girl. I know. Out of boredom, I cracked this girl's passy for fun, and it took less than 8 minutes to do it too. And will probably get in a shitload of trouble, which I probably deserve because I'm being a troll right now. Meh. And I present to you my crappy part in this story. And take note, I haven't even finished reading this fic yet, but instead skipped over to skim chapter 38. Flame, laugh, do whatever you want, preps. I, the American retail wearing British vampire Sue, coughed up blood. Satan kneeled down beside me. No, don't die. I gave him a rueful smile. I'm sorry, it's something I had to do to fulfill my duty as the noble Gothic Mary Sue. Satan sobbed. I love you, Ebony. I love you too. I'll see you in hell, I mumbled, already finding my surroundings fading to black. Bloody Mary Smith suddenly popped into the room for no apparent reason. She frowned when she realized the room was oddly quiet, but at the sight of Ebony's lifeless body, she screamed. Her face became pale with horror. She screamed for the healers, Dumbledore, McGonagall, and every single Gothic person she could think of. Suddenly, a glow started to surround the body of Ebony. Everyone stared in shock. Her body started to lift ever so slowly, and then, to everyone's shock, it started to incinerate. When everyone realized what was happening, they rushed over to try to rescue the body, but it was too late. the soup became nothing more than a pile of ashes. A loud resounding of everyone bellowing, "No!" filled the room. A flash of white light from the ashes then started to bounce around the room. Everyone cowered in fear and were temporarily blinded. When it was all over, things changed. All the silly goth clothes dropped from everyone's bodies. Author's note, I will refuse to explain how the hell that happened. And, in their place, clothes the characters would normally wear in canon appeared on their bodies. When everyone got over the shock of becoming free of the gothic power, everybody cheered. Everyone started singing Ding Dong, the Sioux is dead. Well, that is, until all the HP characters realized the true implications of becoming more canon-like again. All the characters who were supposed to be dead fell to the floor, their bodies cold and lifeless. Harry and Voldemort started dueling. On the left side of the two, the battle of the light side versus the dark side was reaching a climax, and because the replacement author also likes to screw around with canon, Draco and Hermione fled the scene and got married. Meanwhile, down in hell, Ebony shed a single tear because of her current situation, a situation that will live on for all eternity, or at least until the end of fanfiction time. She lost it all, but she knew she had to remain strong. Nothing would ever break her down. She looked down over her pale body and frowned. Where are my emo clothes? She asked herself in confusion. And then it occurred to her. For her shirt, she was wearing a bright pink polo with a little seagull on the right, left, I can't remember, side. Below that, she was wearing a denim miniskirt with a destroyed look on it. Paired underneath that skirt were leggings with a little moose at the bottom. And then Ebony realized, on her shoulder, she was carrying a pretty bag with an eagle on it that said "Live Your Life" written all over the bag. Ebony suppressed the urge to scream. Here she was, decked out in clothes, prepped to the extreme, wearing stuff from Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle, and Hollister. Panicked, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo underneath. Ebony frowned and looked under her shirt. All she saw was a bra underneath. There I point out that it's from the Aerie? Okay, line available at American Eagle. Ebony tried to remove the shirt again, but to her frustration, there was, yet again, another polo to replace it. This is illogical and does not make any sense, Ebony bellowed out to the air. She failed to see the irony in her statement, how hypocritical her words were, seeing as she was practically calling the kettle black here. Ebony's lips and mumbled to herself, "Oh my god," and crap fic. Okay, let's talk about this. I wasn't gonna stay silent. Have you guys noticed, and I've noticed this every time that I read this fanfiction, which by the way is a lot. I can't stop talking about how much I've read this fanfiction. It's because I am shocked at myself. Whatever. But like, she has the same language vices in this chapter, this quote-unquote troll girl, than like Tara has throughout the entire fic. I mean, here, like, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo underneath. That's something that Tara does throughout the fanfic. I'm probably gonna show examples, or maybe I will wanna kill me for like wanting me to show examples of this, but this is something I always notice, so maybe I'll make the effort. Like, there are several examples of repetition, literally repeating exactly the same thing that's been written in the middle of the sentence at the end, because it's like Tara didn't beta read her fanfic, so she wouldn't catch these things. And like Raven also didn't do it. Raven might as well not exist, because whenever she did beta read, she never got these things. The thing is, Willow's fanfics, Raven's fanfics, are extremely well written. And yeah, by the way, Raven also wrote fanfiction. It exists, and it's just as well written as this is, you know? So, I don't know, I feel like, I mean, everyone knows I think it's a troll, but I always thought the devices in this chapter and devices in the fanfiction themselves were weird, but I think that the general lore of it is that this person is a real person, like, she actually trolled and, like, cracked the password, but like, no one knows shit about My Immortal. That's the thing. The bottom line is that, like, everyone tried to fake that they were the ones who wrote it for clout, and so we don't know, really. So to me, it was all like the same person. Everything was written by one person, and I say probably one girl that was like extremely bored and did this for fun and shipped Draco and Hermione together, which is a fate worse than death. So yeah, so that's my two cents on it. Because listen, I thought about making a video on My Immortal, but everyone has done it, and at the same time, I feel like it's so much research that you have to do for something like My Immortal, when again, other people have done it, so I've decided against it. But anyway, yeah, it's really interesting. whatever. End of tangent, I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, so originally my final considerations were a little long-winded and I spoke a lot about how much I respect Outlast as a horror game, even though I don't necessarily have an emotional connection with it, like I have with Resident Evil 4 or Edith Finch. I still recognize it is probably the best horror game ever made, and I will say this until, in my opinion, something better comes along. The reason for this is that I am clearly used to horror, and whenever media can genuinely scare me or make me feel tense, or at the very least surprise me in terms of horror, I consider it a degree above the rest. The reason why I didn't leave my original final considerations here though, is that they were a bit of a bummer, considering that I went heavily into why I don't think Outlast is a shock game. The TLDR is that I actually think it's a very good game about horrific things that have happened in real life and people seem to forget. We have the Nazis and their experiments, and here in Brazil, we even had our own famous case of a psychiatric hospital being used as a front for all types of torture imaginable. That being said, I don't feel like a silly video about My Immortal and Outlast is really the place to bring up any of those things at length, unless I want to do an abrupt tonal shift at the very final minutes of the video for some reason. So instead of doing that, I am just gonna say this. Outlast is a masterpiece. It's not just shock horror, it's meant to be brutal. It's meant to make you feel powerless like these people felt inside of Mount Massive, which is one of the reasons why I left some dialogue and pieces of lore in the video, because I genuinely appreciate it. And the thing is that, in my opinion, all these people who say Outlast is just trying to be gross would be right if they were talking about Outlast 2. I don't like that one, except for the part where it rains blood. I actually have a list on that social media website about lists of media in which it rains blood, because I love when that happens. Outlast 2 is unfortunately there. That out of the way, I wanted to talk about something else, which will basically be about the channel and what I want to do moving forward. As you can probably see, every single video I put out is different from the last one, and that is largely because I'm still testing what I want to do. But oh my god, playing video games in front of an audience is absolutely nerve-wracking, and I have a lot more respect for people who do it now. I genuinely don't think I'd be stuck in half as many parts of this game if I wasn't so absolutely aware that people would be watching me play it. I don't think I've ever been so bad at a game before in my life. Sure, the controls didn't work properly, but I managed to make them function in other games and have no issue. Here, I was genuinely feeling hunted for sport, so I have no idea if I'm gonna make another gameplay video anytime soon. I will probably go back to it eventually though, because this was one of the videos I had the most fun recording. That being said, it was the one that I had the least fun editing, and it took me 4 months. And after recording this, I am gonna mess with the audio volume still, and it might take me even a little bit longer to get it actually published. Regardless, I'm here to say I don't know which video I'm gonna do next. I always do a long one and a short one as a rule, so I might make like a 10-minute video next, but surprisingly, after all the work I had in this one, I kept thinking about going back to Rose Red for my longer content. So the person who commented this outsold, I guess. I really wanted to do a video on Edith Finch though, and I really wanted to dissect the characters, the grief, and the anatomy of families that think they're cursed, but believe it or not, that'd be a very personal video for me to make, and I'm not sure I'm ready to share that much online, or have that much to say other than no one is a villain in that game, no one's worse or better. That game is not about that. The game is about generational mental illness, and also maybe about something actually paranormal going on, because everyone I've seen analyze this game seems to overlook that the patriarch of the family was a famous afterlife and death researcher. Anyway, this isn't about this. This is about the future of the channel. Woo. So the future is this. I'm gonna continue making stuff I want at the length I can, because Mama Cass said I need to make my own kind of music and sing my own special song, even if nobody else sings along, and I took that to heart. I can't promise brand consistency while I'm figuring it all out though. Figuring it all out. This is a very difficult sentence for me to say with my accent. Bottom line is that I want to talk about games and general media I like, but only if I feel like I genuinely have something important to add. I feel like with the influx of long-ass essays on YouTube, more and more I start to see 2-hour-long videos and think, did you really need to stretch this to 2 hours? Couldn't you just say everything in 10 minutes? So I don't want to be someone who artificially stretches out content for a gimmick. That said, I was actually genuinely shocked at the length of this video, and I mean it. I have no idea who this is for. I think it's for me. When I created this channel, channel, I did it for my own mental health because I needed an outlet to vent about things and to talk about the things I liked, which weren't my walls. And the fact that people watch and engage and comment, even at such low numbers, is like a huge bonus, so thank you. Even if you're like 4 people and a dog. I'd rather have 4 people and a dog that genuinely vibe with my Immortal and Outlast than have a million people who see me as a gimmick channel who just puts out greater and more creative content every week simply because I think that's unhealthy. It's spoiling the audience at the expense of the creator in a way, instead of it just being like, hey, this is this, it took me 4 months, I don't know when I'm gonna be back, enjoy. So this was this. It took me 4 months. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have to find me anywhere, I am one of those people who doesn't have a Twitter and who has a private Instagram because I have a strange relationship with it, but who does have a Tumblr account. Leave me an ask if you want. Or don't. I'm not your mom. Do whatever. So that's it. See you on my next video, which might be in a month or a year. Hopefully sooner. Bye!